Cardiac arrest occurs suddenly and often without warning. It happens when an electrical malfunction in the heart causes an irregular heartbeat, or arrhythmia. With its pumping action disrupted, the heart can't pump blood to the brain, lungs, and other organs. And like any other life-threatening heart problems, sudden cardiac arrest knows no bounds as far as who it takes, and there have been numerous celebrities that have succumbed to it. Hi, welcome to YouWannaWatch, and in this video, we're going to talk about 15 celebrities who died of cardiac arrest. Starting off our list at number 1, we have Michael Jackson. One of the music industry's biggest pop stars, died in 2009 at the age of 58. Most people believe he died as a result of a drug overdose. The actual cause of death, however, was cardiac arrest, which was most likely caused by a combination of lorazepam and propofol, a surgical anesthetic. The king of pop developed an addiction to prescription drugs, specifically opioid pain relievers, after undergoing multiple cosmetic surgeries and suffering scalp injuries in a fire. On the morning of June 25th of 2005, less than 3 weeks before the first This Is It show was due to begin in London. With all concerts sold out, Michael's personal physician discovered him in his room, not breathing and with almost no pulse. Despite CPR, he was unable to resuscitate Michael before he died. Number 2. Tom Petty. Tom was the lead vocalist and guitarist for the rock band Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, which formed in 1976. He previously fronted Mudcrutch, was a member of the late 1980s supergroup The Traveling Wilburys, and had solo success. He was one of the most popular rockers of his generation. Tom died on October 2, 2017 at the relatively young age of 66 after suffering a cardiac arrest as a result of an accidental painkiller overdose. Petty had been using the medications to relieve the pain of a broken hip and other injuries, which included the extremely potent opiates fentanyl and oxycodone, as well as several sedatives. He was found unresponsive in the bedroom of his Malibu home in the early morning and was rushed to the UCLA Medical Center, where efforts to revive him were unsuccessful. Number 3. Brittany Murphy. She was a stage and screen star, had a brief but successful career as a film and stage actress, singer, and voice artist. Brittany's mother discovered her unconscious and barely breathing in the shower one morning in December 2009 in their home she shared with her mother Sharon and her husband Simon. Brittany was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center for emergency treatment after her mother immediately dialed 911. Unfortunately, she died shortly after her arrival due to cardiac arrest. There was speculation that Brittany's cardiac arrest could have been caused by an undiagnosed heart condition, type 2 diabetes, or thyroid issues. At the age of 32, Brittany died from natural causes, according to the chief coroner who performed the autopsy, but others pointed out that it is unusual for a woman her age to die suddenly from cardiac arrest. The cause of the cardiac arrest is still unknown to this day. Her sudden death shocked Hollywood and the world, prompting much speculation about her personal life, conspiracy theories about the cause of her death, and many YouTube amateur sleuth investigations in the years since. Number 4. Heather O'Rourke. At the age of 5, Heather was discovered by the renowned movie director Steven Spielberg. She is a sad example that cardiac arrest can occur at any age. Heather had her breakthrough starring as Carol Ann Freeling in the supernatural horror film Poltergeist, which received critical acclaim and established her as an influential figure in the genre. Heather became ill with giardiasis in early 1987 after contracting it from the well water at her family's Big Bear Lake home. About a year prior to her death, she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease and was prescribed steroids to treat the disease. However, on January 31, 1988, Heather began exhibiting flu-like symptoms. The following morning, she collapsed in her home and was rushed to community hospital in El Cajon. She went into cardiac arrest on the way, but paramedics were able to restart her heart at 9:25 a.m. She was then flown to Children's Hospital of San Diego, where she was diagnosed with intestinal stenosis and underwent emergency surgery. She survived the surgery but went into cardiac arrest again while in the recovery room. Doctors performed CPR for more than 30 minutes, but Heather died at 2:43 that afternoon. Heather died from congenital stenosis of the intestine complicated by septic shock. Number 5. Christopher Reeve. Before a tragic equestrian accident confined him to a wheelchair, Christopher was a highly popular actor, film director, producer, screenwriter, author, and activist best known for his role as Superman. After many years of living with his condition, Christopher needed inpatient treatment at Northern Westchester Hospital for a pressure wound caused by a bed sore, which is common in people with paralysis. The wound became infected, resulting in a serious systemic infection. After suffering a cardiac arrest, Christopher went into a coma and never awoke. He died in October 2004 with his family by his side at the age of 52. Number 6. John Ritter. John Ritter achieved success and fame for his roles in the highly successful TV sitcoms Three's Company and 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. He was diagnosed with an aortic dissection in September 2003, a serious condition in which the inner layer of the aorta tears, causing blood to leak and the inner and middle layers of the aorta to separate. This resulted in John's death at the age of 54 from cardiac arrest. Number 7. Alex Haley. Alex Haley was a prolific writer best known for writing the autobiography of Malcolm X and Roots, the saga of an American family, which drew a record-breaking 130 million viewers when it aired in 1977. Alex had an apparent heart attack one evening at home, which was thought to be caused by underlying heart disease. He was taken by ambulance to Swedish Hospital in Seattle, Washington, where doctors performed CPR on him. Unfortunately, his heart damage was too severe, and he died within an hour of being admitted to the hospital. Number 8. Lisa Marie Presley. Lisa Marie was a singer and songwriter. She was the only child of the king of rock and roll Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley, and the sole heir to her father's estate after her grandfather and great-grandmother died. She was married 4 times, including 2 famous Hollywood icons, the King of Pop, Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage. According to reports, Lisa Marie suffered cardiac arrest at home in Calabasas, California on January 12, 2023. After receiving a call that the singer was having a cardiac arrest, paramedics rushed to her home. She was given CPR and epinephrine on the scene to help her regain a pulse before being transported to the hospital. According to reports, when Lisa Marie was admitted to the hospital, she was pronounced brain dead, prompting doctors to place her in a medically induced coma and on life support. Lisa Marie's family signed a do not resuscitate order because of her condition, which meant she died when she suffered her second cardiac arrest. Number 9. Stanley Kubrick. Stanley was a screenwriter, director, and producer from the United States. He is frequently cited as one of cinema's most influential filmmakers. At the age of 70, Stanley died in his sleep on March 7, 1999, 6 days after screening a final cut of Eyes Wide Shut for his family and the stars. 5 days later, his funeral was held at Childwickbury Manor, with only close friends and family in attendance, totaling about 100 people. The press was kept a mile away from the entrance gate. Alexander Walker, who attended the funeral, described it as a family farewell, almost like an English picnic, with song and music from many of his favorite classical compositions provided by cellists, clarinetists, and singers. Number 10. James Stewart. James Stewart was a Hollywood screen legend, a military pilot, and a frequent collaborator of director Alfred Hitchcock. Renowned for his down-to-earth personality as well as his distinctive voice, Jimmy Stewart won the Best Actor Oscar for The Philadelphia Story. James Say's wife died of lung cancer on February 1994. According to biographer Donald Dewey, her death left James depressed and lost at sea. James was hospitalized after falling in December 1995. In December 1996, he was due to have the battery in his pacemaker changed but opted not to have that done. In February 1997, he was hospitalized for an irregular heartbeat. He died of a heart attack caused by the embolism at the age of 89, surrounded by his children at his home in Beverly Hills on July 2, 1997. Number 11. George Burns. A man of many talents, comedian, best-selling writer, award-winning actor George Burns. For more than 3/4 of a century, his arched brow and cigar smoke punctuation became well-known trademarks. He and his wife, Gracie Allen, performed as the comedy duo Burns and Allen on radio, television, and film. George received an unexpected career revival as an amiable, beloved, and unusually active comedy elder statesman in the 1975 film The Sunshine Boys, for which he received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. On March 9, 1996, George went into cardiac arrest in his home at Beverly Hills and passed away 49 days after his 100th birthday. Number 12. Richard Pryor. During the 1970s and 1980s, Richard Pryor was one of the world's most famous comedians. He was a prolific actor who won numerous awards, including Emmys and Grammys. On December 10, 2005, 9 days after his 65th birthday, Richard had a third heart attack. After his wife's unsuccessful attempts to resuscitate him, he was taken to a nearby hospital and pronounced dead. His widow Jennifer was quoted as saying, "At the end, there was a smile on his face." We are nearing the end of our video, but before we proceed, we would like to ask you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/c/YouWannaWatch2022 and follow us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/YouWannaWatch. Any support you provide us will help us provide you with more and better content. Okay, now back to the story. Number 13. Tony Curtis. Tony Curtis was an American film actor whose career spanned 6 decades, but whose popularity peaked in the 1950s and early 1960s. He appeared in over 100 films, playing roles ranging from light comedy to serious drama. Tony made numerous television appearances in his later years. Following a heart attack in 1994, he underwent heart bypass surgery. Tony died of cardiac arrest on September 29, 2010, at his Henderson home at the age of 85. Number 14. Vonetta McGee. Vonetta McGee was a film and television actress originally known for blaxploitation pictures like Blackula, Hammer, and Shaft in Africa. Vonetta died on July 9, 2010, at the age of 65 of a cardiac arrest. And finally, at number 15, we have Jessica Madison Wright Morris. Known professionally as J. Madison Wright, was an American actress. She was born in Cincinnati but spent her childhood in Lexington, Kentucky. She was best known for her role in 𝗖𝗿𝗍𝗶𝗯 as Sam Wallace. She co-starred in 𝗖𝗿𝗍𝗶𝗯 with her younger sister Tori Wright. Jessica was diagnosed with restrictive cardiomyopathy after multiple bouts of pneumonia and general illness, a condition that required a heart transplant. The then 15-year-old Jessica received the transplant at the Cleveland Clinic in March 2000 after a brief wait on the donor waiting list. On July 8, 2006, Jessica married Brent Joseph Morris. A day after she returned from her honeymoon in Hawaii, Jessica suffered a heart attack and was admitted to the University of Kentucky Medical Center, where she died on July 21, 2006, 2 weeks after her wedding and 8 days before her 22nd birthday. What do you think about these celebrities? Whose death shocked you the most? Did we miss anyone or anything that you think should have been included? Let us know your thoughts by writing a comment on this video. If you're interested in our other videos, just hover over the videos and just press play. Until next time, watchers, thank you for watching our video.